Hey guys, Bobby from the Berkshires. I'm at one of the lakes here in the Berkshires. It's beautiful. Look at that view. It's so nice, right? That's a great backdrop. Great view. Um, yeah, so I'm at one of the lakes here in the Berkshires, and it's a beautiful spring day. It's a little breezy, but it's nice. Um, Today, my thoughts on my journey searching for a wife overseas. I want to just respond to a comment that somebody made to me yesterday in one of my videos in the comment section. I talked about my search, finding a wife overseas. My search, everybody knows who watch my videos, my search led me to the Philippines and to a beautiful Filipino woman named Emmy. And she said that one of the things that I didn't mention is that when you, and she's true when she mentioned this, she said that when you marry a Filipina, because she knows one of her friends married a Filipina, what's expected if you marry a Filipina, especially as a foreigner, you're marrying the whole family. And she's right. Generally, what I've learned in the last few months studying and talking with Emmy and all that, it's when you marry a Filipina, you marry the whole family. And there's almost financial ties to it. Like you're almost responsible to take care of the family too, to some degree. So those are all really true. So I didn't mention that, but I'm still talking to Emmy about all of that, and I'm figuring out the best way forward. Because I'm not going over there to live there. I'm going over there to visit, and then I'm going to come back, and then Emmy's going to come here. We're going to get married at some point. She's going to come here, but when we get married and she comes here, I pray that's the Lord's will. When we get married and she comes here, while we're here, am I going to financially support her family? I wouldn't mind at all helping, because the culture there, they don't have a lot of opportunity, and there's not a lot of money. So for me to help would be so easy for me to, even whatever I send would be so much, would help so much. And I don't even have to send a lot. Just a little would be so helpful to them. So it wouldn't even be really a sacrifice. It's not like I'll be sending tons of money. If I decided to send money just to help her family out, it would help them greatly. And so I've already thought about that. And so, I'm not sure how, we'll just take a step at a time with that. But when Emmy and I get married, and then we're here, I would love to be able to help her family. Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's not even a sacrifice, because the dollar is so strong and the culture over there, so their opportunities and the money, they don't really have a lot. So if I send just a little bit, if I send like $100, I mean, that's a lot over there. So I'm not sure how much it is in pesos, 58 pesos to the dollar. So I'm just saying, so would I help out the family? Yeah, I definitely, and I really would want to, you know what I mean? So, and I guess, if you're a guy and you go over there and you move there and you live there, you marry a Filipino there, and you're living there, and the family could be more, invasive in your life. Some of them might want to even move in or something, and they'll be there all the time. So I guess it could be really a lot, but I'm not going to be living there with her. She's going to be here. So, but yeah, that is true. The lady said that her friend married a Filipina, and there was some issues and stuff, and it was, it was a lot. So that's true, so, but, yeah, again, I've thought about that, and about, if I was going to go live there, marry her and live there, and the family would be close to me all the time, and I'd have to establish boundaries, obviously, and just kind of work through that day at a time, the healthiest, best way I could with Emmy. And so, yeah, so anyway, but for that lady, thank you for that comment. I didn't mention that, but I wasn't even thinking about that. The Filipino culture and the women, I was saying I love it, it's perfect for me, but they're not perfect people. They're not, family members, in-laws. Even in America, how that can go. It can be tough, in-laws and stuff like that. So it can be tough anywhere. But yeah, anyway. But again, thank you for that comment. Yeah, so I'm here at this beautiful lake and making a video. So my thoughts are, when that lady made that comment about, the Filipinos, when you marry them, you marry the Filipino, you marry the family and stuff like that. I've been thinking about that, about how much I can help the family from here in the United States. And I would love to be able to help them and be a blessing. So it's not hard for me. It wouldn't be hard. And I'm just figuring out that like what I would do. It's still early. I haven't even gone over there. I'm not going till September. We're not married yet, so but yeah, so that's real. So if you're a guy and you decide you want to go overseas for a wife, and you're taking my advice and you're saying the Filipino culture, the women are they have deep Christian, they're Catholic, deep traditional values. Yeah, so they're not perfect. So when you go over there, if you go over there and you want to marry them over there could be some issues with the family. You know what I mean? Where the family uh, wants a little financial help, which isn't the worst thing, But maybe some won't. But I think generally they might want some, and maybe put pressure on the wife, and so that would be real too. So just think about that too. Do your own research on that, see how that goes, and that's what I'm doing. So anyway, so today, last night I was talking with Emmy, and she went to her mom's. I was telling you that Emmy's where she lives, it gets flooded easy. If there's a lot of rain, her house literally water would get into her house, and she was scared for a minute, and I was going to tell her, if it gets really bad, you need to go and stay with your parents. Well, what she did do was she took her dog Bonnie and brought her dog Bonnie to her mom's in an area where there's no threat of flooding where her mom lives, so the dog would be safe, because the dog's outside. She doesn't want anything to happen to the dog. So but it hasn't rained in a little while. Emmy's house is not flooded anymore. It's safe. So Emmy went home yesterday to her mom's house to get Bonnie. She misses Bonnie, the dog, and it's like a little white terrier or something. I'm not sure. But when she was there, I videoed her when I got out of work last night, and her sister was there, and her sister's daughter, Sophia. She's so cute. She's like 1, and all her brothers and her mom and her dad was there, and I can hear them in the background talking, in Wasala, or not Pasaya, or Tagalog. It's the yellow dialect, but I'm learning. I learned how to say I love you in her language, but I forgot it already. It's just hard to learn as you get older, right? But yeah, we had a great conversation. She was with her mom and dad and everybody, and I was on video call with her, and we just had a nice time talking. And I just so attached to her now, and she's really so attached to me. And after just a couple of months of always being on video, talking all the time, and she's smiling. Her sister's like on video talking to me, asking me like when I'm coming to see her sister, and her sister's like, I want to go and see you guys, see you too. And I'm like, when I go, because her family lives far from Cebu, the place I'm going, this small island. It's the second biggest island in the Philippines. But I told her sister that I want to meet all the family, but they're so far from Cebu. That's where the airport is. Emmy, the girl I'm talking to and seeing, and I'm going to eventually marry, God willing, she lives in a small province outside in Samar. She's going to take the ferry 8 hours to get to Cebu City, to get to the airport to see me. And her family lives, so all her family would have to, or I would have to get off the plane, get on a ferry for 8 hours, and go see all her family. So it'd be a lot, and I'm only going to be there 10 days. So I told her sister and her family that I want to meet them all, but after we get married and Emmy's here, we'll go back there, and then I'll go and see everybody. Now I see them all on video and stuff, which is good, but they want to see me in person. I get that. I want to see them too. So I told her sister, yeah, when we and Emmy said to her sister, next time he comes, he'll see everybody, and that's when after we're married and I go back, when her and I go back, we'll go visit the whole family. So anyway, yeah, I just had a nice time with her. She's just so beautiful. Her smile, I think about her smile. I have a picture of her in my car now, right by my speedometer on the right. I have a brand new car, so there's nothing taped anywhere, but I have her picture with a little bit of tape right near my speedometer on the right there. I have all digital screen, but so I see her smile there every day now. Just her smile just brings joy to my heart, man. I told you that for a long time I wasn't happy, and dating girls that none of them wanted to be serious or weren't ready to be serious. And I got sober. I told you guys, my story. I got sober and serious, and I want a wife, and not just anyone, but one that I connect with. So if I meet, when I meet somebody, and we like each other, and like I can see like if we have a future, that's what I want. most of my life, I just wanted to mess around and fool around and just hang around. Or most of my life, if I had girlfriends, I was always cheating on them. And I'm not blaming drinking, but I did drink a lot. And all of that lifestyle, I don't live that way anymore. So that's why today, now, um, as I get older, I want a wife, and just a quiet, relaxing life, possibly with my wife, that's what I want, God willing. And I think I found it in this girl, and we're just so attached to each other now. And so um, just seeing her smile yesterday, we were talking, she was joking and laughing, and she banged her toe, and she showed me her toe. She's so cute. Her toes are painted red. Anyway, but she's so sexy and cute. But anyway, I'm like, honey, where did you bang your toe? And she's like, I don't remember. I'm like, okay. I said, were you drunk? She doesn't drink. I was just joking. Anyway, so we're just in each other's lives on video and getting to know each other more and more, and it's becoming real serious. I was saying how, like, I'm a little afraid because getting attached, falling in love with a girl that's on the other side of the world that I haven't physically been with yet, been around, I see her all the time, just on video, but so this is so different, and it's still a little scary. But my joy, and I'm smiling more every day. After talking to her last night, I was just smiling more and more, and so I was just thinking about the flight. I'll be on a plane from JFK to Seoul. It's almost 16 hours. I'm like, that's going to be, and I'm in economy, so I need to bring a bunch of stuff. I'm hoping that, I'm going to bring books, crosswords, all that stuff, just to stay busy. And that's a long time on a plane, right? And then another 4.5 when I get to Seoul, to Cebu, Philippines. So that, not 4 hours is no big deal. It's the 15, 16 hours that I'm thinking about, right? But the more I talk to Emmy, I don't really think about it like at the beginning. I'm thinking, this is so much. It's over the top. I'm going. This is way over the top. I'm going way out of my way. It's too much. But the more I talk with her, it's not too much at all, because I'm starting to love this girl. So, and I think as soon as I see it, it's gonna be, it's gonna just cement that in. Like my feelings for her, and we feel the same way. And I can't believe that. What are the odds, right? Meeting somebody on the other side of the world and connecting with them and it being real. So, yeah. So I got to work later, and I'm just working like 4 to 10 today. Tomorrow I'm working like 5 to 1 in the morning. So I need to work. I need to pick up more shifts. I need a little bit more money. I got more bills, and I already have a lot of bills, and now I'm just adding some more bills. And going to see her and all this stuff is not tons of money. You know what I mean? My flight was only $1,200. Booking hotel there, it's really inexpensive there. I can get like a 4-star hotel for like $30 a night. And it's a really nice place. So, or I can get an Airbnb. I haven't decided, but the more I get to know Emmy, she just makes me smile. She just makes my heart, she just makes me smile. And I'm just like, can I be really this happy? I haven't been happy or smiling in so long. Could this really be it? I keep saying that this could be the most significant relationship in my life, beside my family. But, as a romantic one, like this could be the most significant. She could be the love of my life. I already kind of feel it in me. Like this could be, she really, everything she, her demeanor, her temperament, like her values, the way she looks, sexy and cute and beautiful, and like what she wants out of a husband and like life, we match up everything. This could be the big one, the big relationship. And I can't believe it would come this much later in my life. Like I've had millions of relationships, over the years. And there was a lot of good ones. Did I love a lot of the girls that I was with over the years? Yeah, to different degrees. We love people differently. But I think this is going to be the most significant one. Maybe because I'm ready. I'm not living drunk and like I used to years ago and living that crazy life. I got sober and serious, and my life has changed. I work hard, I save, and now I'm available. I can be there for a wife and take care of her and love her. She can trust and depend on me. You couldn't do that most of my life, I promise. So most of my life I was just a burden to a lot of the girls I was with. I was saying, like, I wasn't always bad, but a lot of times I was really bad. I was a burden, you know what I mean? Today it's not like that. And and this girl Emmy, I want to just be a blessing to her, you know, love her, take care of her, make her feel safe like a wife should be, that she doesn't have to worry about anything, that I'll be there to provide, and we can share our life together, and we can do everything together. I'm ready for all that. And with her, I'm so ready. Yesterday, she was laying down talking to me, and she's just so adorable. I could totally just lay with her and, you know, just joke and laugh and kiss her. And man, I would just, you know, because I'm laying down, and she's laying down on video, and we're just talking, and she's laughing and joking, and I'm laughing and joking, and because I'm looking at her, and she's so beautiful. And she's laughing and joking, and her sister's laughing because she sees how happy her sister is. Her sister's name is Erica, and her sister's daughter's name is Sophia Grace. But yeah, they see how happy she is, and they're all happy. And so, yeah, so far it's been really good. There was an issue we had, like yesterday, when Emmy has money. I know over there, you know, and she to make money, she'll wash clothes. She'll wash clothes and make like 400 pesos, which isn't a lot. Well, she'll wash clothes to make money and stuff, and she doesn't budget her money. She spends it too quickly. I know she doesn't have tons, but I'm saying, honey, you have to budget your money a little bit better, and you can't be broke. You got to save some and just buy what you absolutely need. And I know it's different than here. When I say that to her, it's relative, meaning that like she's buying really only what she needs. There's no luxury stuff. I think luxury stuff for her is like having cupcakes in the morning and coffee, you know what I mean? So, but I was just saying that, you know, she has money, if she can do a better job of just trying to you know, budget it so that she always has something, you know. So, and but I'm not living there. Like I didn't grow up there. I don't know. She knows better than I do on how to live there, and like with the money, she knows better because I never lived like that there. So, but I was just saying that, you know, I was trying to encourage that she can do, you know, she could do better if she's able to budget it, and, you know, maybe sacrifice in some areas to save some money so she can get other stuff. And anyway, so we had to talk about that, and it'll all be different when she's here. You know, like I'll be able to manage the money and make sure everything's okay. And we're talking about if she gets here, maybe she'll work. I was thinking she can just stay home, you know, and like take care of the house, and she will. But maybe she can work part-time. It might be good, and she could even work with me, you know. And so I don't know. I was saying to her, if she wants to do that, she can. You know, work a couple of days so she stays busy, and then she'll see me. And I don't know. So just things I'm thinking about. I just, man, everything is so radically different now than it was just 2 months ago. Such a beautiful lake, right? Everything is so radically different. My feeling of like just unhappiness and dread and hopelessness kind of is gone away since I decided to go overseas and try to find a wife. And then since I found the Philippines and that dating app, and then I eventually found Emmy, it's just been a blessing. And I feel, you know, I have hope and joy. And when I talk to her all the time now, it's just, I want to jump through the phone and just kiss her and hug her, you know. She does too, I think, you know. But anyway, so yeah, so I guess today my thoughts are, if you're a guy and you do decide to go to the Philippines, remember the family dynamic there. The lady who made a comment to me, she's right. The family dynamic there is that when you marry the Filipina, you really kind of do marry the family. Sometimes there's financial obligations that are just inferred, like you're going to help the family. So all that stuff is real. So you have to work out that in every individual case, and with the family and the wife. And so just be mindful of that. And I am too. And every day I'm thinking about that and how I'm going to address that the more and more we're together. So that's one thing you have to remember. But family anywhere, I was saying earlier, when you marry a girl here in the States, her family, yeah, it can be tough too, right? We know that, in-laws and all that stuff. But yeah, anyway. So I'm going to walk up this way. So yeah, that's one thing. Just be mindful of that. But I wouldn't let that deter you from going to the Philippines, thinking I don't want to marry the whole family. I just want to marry her. You just have discernment and work through that. If you find somebody that they're really traditionally and they're really like that they expect a foreigner to help the family financially and all that stuff, whatever, all that stuff, just work through it. Talk with the girl that you're seeing, talk with your wife, and I'm doing that with Emmy, and I'll continue to talk to her about this the closer we get, as we get married and stuff. So anyway, the other thing is I'm getting closer to Emmy, falling more in love with her again every day. Last night was just a nice time on video. We spent a lot of time. She washed clothes all day. She was tired. She went to go get her dog Bonnie, so she stayed at her mom's for a few hours, and so her sister was there, and her sister's so happy that she's happy. And the Filipino people, the women, they're all just generally happy. They have such dignity and pride, and they love each other, and irregardless of maybe their opportunities aren't like here in America at all, they're still happy, and they have dignity, and they love each other, and they take care of each other. So I can't believe this is real. Like, could this really happen? Could I really marry the beautiful Filipino girl? That was not in the cards for me. It's still early. Again, anything can happen. We know that, right? Walking up the hill, I'm already out of breath, right? Seriously. Played sports my whole life. I've been in shape my whole life. No, I can't walk up a hill. Seriously. All right. Anyway, yeah. So, could this really be happening? It is happening. I'm just taking it, like I told my brother, I'm taking it a day at a time. So, if you're a guy and you are tired of you're not happy and you want to try something different, I would say it's possible. There's hope if you decide to go outside the country. There's many countries you go to. I would say the Philippines is, I think that's my favorite. Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, all that is probably good. I was saying the Philippines, they speak English, so that's important. The other countries, not so much, I guess, but yeah, there's hope. If you're a guy and you've been watching my videos and you're like, I might do that. I might get an app. I was saying go to the Philippines. I know I mentioned a few times already about marrying a Filipina and you are marrying the whole family. That's really true there, but it's kind of true in America too. Maybe not as deeply embedded as it is over there, where the family thinks you're going to help them financially, and that's case by case thing. You got to just work through it and have discernment on your own. You know what I mean? But but don't let that deter you from going there. I think the Philippines, if you're a Christian guy, is the best place. The women are beautiful, and they just have such a caring, loving spirit. They want to be wise. Man, when you connect with somebody like I have with Emmy, like we just connect. As soon as I saw her, we connected. And physically, I was so attracted to her, and she was attracted to me. And we've been talking now for 2 months. And so yeah, if you're a guy, there's hope. You know what I mean? Take a leap of faith. Figure out the country. I said the Philippines. I think at the Philippines, if you're a Christian guy, perfect. If you want to try another country, just find a dating app. Go on a dating app. Start scrolling, start looking, and maybe you'll find somebody, and you might be surprised at what happens. If you're unhappy in your life and you're just going and you're just kind of existing, I get that. And you want to try something, try this. I'm doing it. There's a lot to it. I always say that. Although I feel less anxiety the more I get to know Emmy. I really feel like she's my wife, and I'm just going to see my wife, and I got to get her here. So I don't feel as much anxiety. Of course, thinking about doing this and you don't know anybody yet, you haven't met anybody, it is a lot. You're like, that's way too much. I'm not doing that. I get that. I felt the same way. I just took it one step at a time. I found the country and I was like, well, the Philippines seems pretty interesting. The women, yeah. I got the dating app, and then I started talking to them. And that's what you can do too, in a practical way, is just do that. You know what I mean? And so it's possible. If you're unhappy as a guy, just try it. I'm going to be documenting my journey all the way through, all the way till if we get married, and then maybe we'll have a channel. Just the channel will be me and Emmy's channel, right? I want to show you a view right here. This view is spectacular. Look at that. The mountains in the back. The Berkshires is really one of the most beautiful areas in the country. So, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. If you're a guy, take a leap of faith. You're unhappy. You know things are. You're just existing. Try the Philippines. Try the app. The Filipino Cupid. That's one that's decent. There's a few of them. Just do some research. Start talking to somebody from outside the country. I'm telling you, the difference is Emmy and I, we're from two different worlds, right? Our cultures just couldn't be more different in a lot of ways, and it's a lot. I think those differences are one of the things that really is attractive. She's so beautiful and nothing like I've ever seen here, and I'm so different and handsome, I guess, and nothing she's ever seen there. And we both have the same values. We want the same things. We're both attracted to each other, and so for us, it's going really well. I know it doesn't happen that quick. I was watching a video where a guy was over a year on the dating app and he hadn't found anybody. I'm thinking, wow, over a year. I was on there just a few weeks and I was tired. This guy's been like looking maybe for a wife and it's been a year. Maybe he's not trying to, I don't know, maybe he's really picky. I don't know, but over a year on the app and you haven't really found anybody. I was like, again, 2 weeks and I was like, I'm ready to quit, you know, but look at my car, it's nice and shiny. I just went to the car wash, so it's kind of shiny, right? Yeah, so I wonder if you could tell, like, leave a comment. Do I seem like I'm happier and I have more joy than maybe a month ago when I started these videos? I guess I had some hope, but do I seem like I'm happier? Has something changed in my temperament, my attitude? Just let me know. Say, yeah, like, you're definitely happier. I mean, dude, because I started this a month ago and I wasn't sure. I just felt led to start this. I'm like, I'm going to document this journey. I'm going to vlog this journey and whatever happens, you know? And it's been good. Kind of therapeutic, really, too. So anyway, yeah, so let me end this video. I've talked long enough. I got to work at 4. Yeah, so if you are a guy in the United States and life has just been like, you know, work, sleep, you know, you're just unhappy. Again, for the 1,000th time, take a chance. I'm saying get a Filipino dating app, go on the dating app and start talking to them and just see. If you want to do Thailand, do it. Vietnam, do whatever. I'm saying Philippines because I've been 2 months studying this and the Filipino culture, the women and all this, and it's really, they're not perfect. You know, like the lady was saying that when you marry the Filipino, you marry the whole family, and there's financial, they think the family thinks you're going to take care of them financially. There's a lot of stuff going on, whatever, but it's not that bad. But I mean, it's, you just work through that situation, you know, have discernment and work through that situation as it comes, you know. I mean, that's what I'm doing with Emmy. So anyway, but yeah. And then if you do that, if you say, I'm going to get that Filipino Cupid, I'm going to go on that. I'm going to get on it for a month. It's like $50. I'm going to start talking to Filipinas. Just try that. If you don't like Filipinas, then go to Thailand. Leave a comment. Say, listen, I'm talking to these Filipinas to see if I maybe connect with somebody and something could be possible where we can have a relationship and maybe share a future. If you're a guy that wants to be married and that's what you want, let me know how it goes. Say, yeah, I went on there. It's a pain in the neck. There's a million women. I don't even know where to begin. I know. I felt the same way. But just try it. Just talk to them. Video call the ones that you like. If you see one is really cute that you like, tell her you want to talk on video and just talk and see how it goes. Talk to them for a few weeks, see how it is, you know. And you could be smiling again. You know what I mean? There's definitely risk. I get it too. But when I wasn't happy and my life, I wasn't happy and I was weighed down by life. What did I have to lose? You know what I mean? And for me, it's been a blessing so far. I know all cases aren't like this, and I'm still early. Anything can happen, I guess, but so far I'm really happy. And so that I found this girl, I just can't believe it. She is just perfect for me, and I'm perfect for her. You know, like the scriptures say that the Lord made a helper for Adam. suitable for him, perfect for him. I think Emmy Rose is perfect for me. She definitely makes me smile and makes me want to be a better man, more responsible, to take care of her and love her. So anyway, all right, I'm done. I gotta get to work. Again, I'm all over the place today, but I hope I made some sense today. I hope there's a guy that's like gonna actually take a chance and go, I'm gonna jump on a dating app in a country that I'm attracted to, and then start talking to a girl in that country and just see. Remember, get your passport. If you're gonna really seriously do this, just apply for it now, because it takes 12 weeks, unless you want to spend a lot and get it right away. So, listen, have a great day. It's Friday. It's gonna be crazy at work. I'm gonna be running around like a nut, but that's okay. Make some money. I need more money, right? I don't care about money. I mean, I do. We all have to have money, but that's not the focus of my life. I work just to have money, but the focus of my life is family, friends, and that's important. And my wife, my soon-to-be wife. So, listen, God bless you guys. I've talked way long enough. God bless you, and we will talk again soon.